welcome to the Rainbow Magic Fairy Fan Club. My name is Miss Kate, and there is a Kate Rainbow Magic Fairy. She's Kate the Royal Wedding Fairy. But if I could pick my own fairy to be, I think I would like to be Kate the Vegetable Fairy. A lot of you sent me messages of what fairies you would like to be, so I am going to share those with you now. Isabella would be the Doodle Fairy. Lolo would be the Fire Fairy. Stacy would be the Laundry Fairy. Betty would be the Baking Fairy. Will would be the Video Game Fairy. And Aditri would be the Opposite Fairy. She would make sure opposites get along, help each other out, and not argue. It would be a fun and helpful job. Aditri, I think that is amazing, and it would be fun and helpful. Aditri also said that if she were a fairy that already exists in one of the Rainbow Magic fairy books, she would be Michelle the Winter Wonderland Fairy. She would have fun looking at her magical snow globe. She would have a night lamp to keep the monsters away, afraid of the dark, and will have fun wearing her cozy knit hat. I think that sounds super fun, Aditri. If you would like to share with me what fairy you would like to be, you can put it in the comments on this video, or you can email it to us. All right, I am going to share with you now some Rainbow Magic Fairy trivia. You can print this out yourself in the link, or you can pick up a Rainbow Magic Fairy packet from Curbside Pickup. And it will also include in the link, you can print this out at home, or you can pick up a printed copy. We'll also have this coloring sheet and this crossword puzzle in addition to the trivia. All right, I'll tell you the trivia questions now though, so you can start thinking about it. The first question is, how many Rainbow Magic fairies are there? The next question is, who was the first Rainbow Magic Fairy in the series? The third question is, what is the name of the Librarian Fairy? And the last question is, who are the 4 storybook fairies? Can't wait to hear your answers. All right, I'm going to share with you my favorite Rainbow Magic Fairy, Maddie, the Fun and Games Fairy. Let me read you the intro to this book. The fairies are planning a magical ball with guests of honor and fun for all. They're expecting a night full of laughter and cheer, but they'll get a shock when my goblins appear. Adventures and treats will be things of the past, and I'll beat those troublesome fairies at last. My iciest magic will blast through the room, and the world will be plunged into grimness and gloom. That sounds very exciting. I'm going to read you the back of the book too. Rachel and Kirsty are so excited to spend the week at the Golden Palace. They're going to live like real princesses. But before long, they discover that something is terribly wrong. The Princess Fairy's magic tiaras are missing. Without them, both fairyland and the human world are a royal mess. Nothing is much fun without Maddie, the Fun and Games Fairy's tiara. Can Rachel and Kirsty help Maddie find her magic before every game turns into an all-out fight? So if this book sounds exciting to you, I am going to raffle it off to one Rainbow Magic Fairy Fan Club fan. So to enter the raffle to win this book, all you have to do is have your grown-up email me with what fairy you would want to be if you were a Rainbow Magic Fairy. You can pick one that already exists, or you can make up your own kind of fairy that you would want to be. And in 1 week, I'm going to choose one Rainbow Magic Fairy fan to win this book, Maddie the Fun and Games Fairy. But there are lots of other ways you can have fun with Rainbow Magic Fairies. So I'm going to show you some fan art that we got. The first, let me tell you what fan art is. When you really, really like something, like how we really, really like Rainbow Magic Fairies, then you can make your own art that is similar to the Rainbow Magic Fairy art, but is your own story or your own art for it. So Hazel made this for us. It's her own fairy book, and I'm gonna read it to us. It's called The Very, Very, Very Tiny Fairy. Once upon a time, there was a tiny fairy, and by tiny, I mean very, very tiny fairy. Here's a close-up of Tiny Fairy. She had no friends. Everyone made fun of her. She went home from school that day and told her mommy. She said, "Have you tried to make a friend?" she said. "No," said the tiny fairy. "Well, try that," said Mommy. "Okay, thank you, Mommy," said Tiny Fairy. The next day, the Tiny Fairy saw a unicorn and she said hi to it. The unicorn was crying. "Why are you crying?" said the little fairy. "The alicorns are making fun of me," the unicorn said, sobbing. "The fairies were making fun of me too. Do you maybe want to be friends?" said the tiny fairy. "Really?" said the unicorn. "Of course," said the fairy. "Let's go have a play date at my house," said Unicorn. "Okay," said the tiny fairy. They hugged and ran to Unicorn's house. Best friends forever. The end. Unicorn is making fireworks. Ta-da! Hazel, that was an awesome book. Thank you for sharing it with us. Now I'm going to show you a fairy house and a garden that another fairy fan made.
I made a fairy house and I just took sticks and tied them together with a leaf and wove leaves in and out of it. And I added a little shovel over here and rocks like a little path and a flower on top. And this is my fairy garden. I put a little plastic unicorn in it, and I used teeny rocks to make a path through it, and I planted a bunch of seeds in it so it'll grow like a little flower forest.
If you would like to share your Rainbow Magic Fairy fan art, you can ask your grown-up to post a picture of it in the comments here, or you can email it to me. And if you are participating in our Summer Learning Challenge on our website, then you can enter the words Rainbow Magic into the secret code spot to unlock a top secret Rainbow Magic Fairies badge. So to unlock that badge, you need to type in Rainbow Magic. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had as much fun as I did.